Down to business.
That's the nectar of the gods, baby.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the pre-Christmas edition of the Whiskey Musings broadcast. I am your festive host, Rick. And you know, one thing that I have troubles with sometimes whenever I'm having a party has to deal with what to serve my adult friends. And so one of the things that I wanted to do this week was to prep everybody kind of up on festive holiday adult beverages. Now, you know, of course, since this is the Whiskey Musings program, a lot of these will have some form of whiskey in them, but some don't. And so if you're not a whiskey fan, that's okay. It is not a problem. We have got quite a few different drinks available. The recipes are in the description, so go ahead and take a look down there. There are links as to where we got the drinks from, and then we're going to be showing you some of that. Also, in case you have forgotten, which I'm sure you haven't, but in case you have, I have the Whiskey Musings Logo Gear store, and I am running a promotion up until the 25th of free shipping. All you have to do is put in the promo code of Christmas in the box at checkout. Once again, that is Christmas for free shipping. And hey, I wanted to let you know I added a few things. I added an iPhone case. I added sweatpants for those cold winter nights. And I also added, if you have a Samsung Galaxy case, there's a case there with the logo on it, as well as for the ladies, I have some leggings for you as well. So you have sweatpants, kind of like a jogger over jogger pants. And then you also have leggings for the ladies as well, plus the two cases. So I went ahead and added those, and that's my special edition for you. I appreciate everyone who has purchased some of these logoed products, and have given the opportunity to provide a little bit of help with the show. As always, the proceeds definitely go to supporting the show, and especially the phone call-in feature. So anyway, tonight's episode, I needed to bring in some assistance. And of course, the reason why is because I can't just hog all these drinks all to myself. Because if I did, I would have, issues necessarily, because I would want only one certain kind of drink. So therefore, I've brought in some additional assistance. And let me see now, wait a minute here. Let me see if I can bring him in. Hold on. Okay, it's this one. Yes. Okay. All right. Wait. Where is he? He's not here. Hold on. Let me press a few buttons. Hang on. Hold on. Let me just get this. Let's see if I can get trying hard here. Okay, wait a minute. That didn't work. Hold on. Let me try again here. Hold it. Got to try it again here. There we go. There he is. Check him out. Oh my goodness. Hello there, Master Kirk. How are you?
Hi.
Hey, check that out. You know what? I love it. You are wearing a Whiskey Musings logoed gator. I love it. Oh my gosh. Check that out, guys. Hey, and not only that. Oh my goodness. He not only had the sweatshirt, but he has the t-shirt too. Check that out. Guys. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. That is absolutely awesome. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe. Okay. I cannot believe. Yes. That is incredible. Thank you very much. Warm. Oh,
very warm.
Well, of course it's warm. I mean, it's supposed to be, right? Right?
Yes.
All right. So
let me get in the proper holiday spirit.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Yes, of course. You've got to get in the holiday spirit. Hey, check out the background too. I mean, I know you and I were talking about it earlier, but look at the background. We've got, a nice little fireplace. Hey, we got a nice little fireplace over there in the corner. We are going to be all toasty warm. And of course, we're going to be toasty warm. We're going to be talking about drinks and holiday drinks. I know that we have a couple of hot drinks in this lineup. We have several cool drinks, of course, and cool. I'm not just talking like cool as in, cool. I'm talking as in cool in terms of drinks. Speaking of, I'm going to go ahead and kick off the first drink here. Just for those of you, crap. I just spilled it. Alcohol abuse.
Oh, party foul.
Yeah, definitely. Hold on. I got to catch this before it runs everywhere. That's right. Party foul is for sure. It's because it's stuck to my freaking drink cup or drink. Oh my goodness. That was nasty. Yeah. The coaster. Thank you. Hang on. Give me just a second here. Thankfully it wasn't that much. And it didn't get on any of the electronics, which really would have been a bummer. Okay, so...
And I don't know. I'm an electrician.
You are. Actually, it got on one of my speakers here. Let me just get this. I know, it's horrible. Anyway, at least it wasn't over the streaming computer. That would have been a problem. Some of us, we have to be very careful of this. But anyway, let me show you this drink. So, this is... Let me get it in here. So this is a version. You're going to like this one, Kirk. This is a Alton brown version of classic eggnog. And
now, is it made from scratch, or did you go?
Unfortunately, no, it's not made from scratch. I wish it was. Okay. But I mean, as far as like the nog itself, but hey, I put in, I don't know if you've heard, maybe you have, I don't know if you're an NHL fan or not, but the NHL is expanding. They're putting a team in Seattle, and the Seattle team name is the Kraken. Now, my wife went ahead and went out and found some Kraken rum. So what I have in this is I've got Kraken rum, which is kind of a spiced dark rum, and of course some bourbon in it, some Jim Beam bourbon, of course. So let me show you. God, I am like all over the place. Let me show you where we're at here. So this is the classic eggnog recipe. And now I didn't put like the freshly grated nutmeg. I probably should. It probably would taste better that way. But this is the actual like made by hand version of this drink. So this is cool. This is really cool. And hey, you know what? Your wife she put in a chat here that she is also decked out in Whiskey Musings Logo Gear as well. You know what? You guys are absolutely wonderful. I really appreciate your support of the show. I can't gush enough. So anyway, I really do appreciate that. Okay, let me come back. Hold on. Let me bring her in, and there she is.
There she is.
There is the Adinator. She is the Adinator. Thank you very much. Oh my gosh, look at that! Look at that! Look at that logo. That is just awesome. And hey, what do you guys think about the quality of the product?
Oh, it's very good.
Okay, perfect.
The shirt is nice and thick, but not too thick.
Perfect. All right.
Good quality.
Okay.
And actually, the Gator is better than the Gator I currently have because it's like a tube,
right,
sewn onto itself.
Okay.
So it's double layered.
Okay.
So that's much better than the one I have, which is just a single layer of the same material.
Yeah.
So you can blow through it, and it's not quite as good.
But
like I was told by my mother, that if you can blow a candle out through whatever face covering you have, then it doesn't do a darn thing.
Okay. Well, I know that the Gators have taken some criticism here, and
but no, yours, the ones you're offering are good quality.
All right, perfect. Because the other thing too, for those of you that don't know, I do offer regular masks as well. The Gators are just one option, but there is also some masks as well with the logo on it. For those that want to, jump in and get something like that. So, but thank you very much. Yay, I appreciate it. That's great. I got to get some photos of you guys and put them up on the Facebook page for sure.
Okay.
All right. So we had the classic eggnog, from Alton Brown.
Okay. Well, let's continue on the eggnog.
Okay.
Because traditionally you mix in brandy or rum, and I was looking up other things to mix in, and I happen to have in my sizable stock Kahlua,
right,
which was pretty good.
Yes. Now, for those that don't know, hold on. For those that don't know, Kahlua has a coffee flavor to it.
Yeah, which wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And then Bailey's Irish cream.
Yep.
That was even better because it's more of a cream based.
You know what? You mentioned that. I actually have, as a part of another drink, I actually have a homemade Irish cream recipe that I'm going to show off here in just a couple minutes. But let's stick with the eggnog real quick. So anyway, Alton kind of puts in here, I mean, he talks about like 4 large eggs being separated. I'm assuming that he's just using the egg whites and not the yolks. And then he's got, sugar and whole milk, heavy cream. But the part that caught my eye was the fact that he actually used both bourbon and dark rum within the recipe. And then, of course, the nutmeg on top. Now, some people aren't that happy with nutmeg. In which case you can substitute cinnamon for nutmeg. It does kind of have very, very similar flavor. So you could actually decide to change that out if you don't like the nutmeg.
Yeah, just personal taste.
Exactly. But I thought I'd give it a try because, I mean, it is the holidays. I love eggnog. And unfortunately, I didn't go the full gamut and get the entire thing. I just used like a carton eggnog. But that being said, I am going to go ahead and give this a try because, as I mentioned last week, or maybe 2 weeks ago, like our Thanksgiving episode or whatever, I love eggnog. And so I need to figure out how to make it myself so I can enjoy it throughout the rest of the year.
Yes, because we all love eggnog at 4th of July.
Hey, you know what? Hey, a little quick story about eggnog. So when I spent the time in the service, I ended up going to the National Training Center down in California. And we were up on the tank ranges, and I'll tell you all about that later. But one of the things that was kind of cool was after Thanksgiving, they had the mess hall had a bunch of eggnog. And so we were allowed to take literally gallons of the half gallons. I mean, we were taking, I think I took something like, I don't know, 5 or 6 half gallons, something like that. And we took them back to our shelters. And the reason why I did it was because of the fact that we were supporting the tank fire support element. So we actually couldn't come down off the hill. We had to be up on the hill. We'd be up there 2, 3, 4 days straight. And so there was no way that I was going to miss out on my eggnog. So I grabbed it and I put it on top of the shelter. Now you would think that the desert wouldn't get that cold. But I can tell you as a person who likes cold weather, that was probably one of the coldest pre-winters that I have ever had. It was, and it actually snowed in the desert too. So it was pretty cool. But we left them on the outside of the shelter. And yes, I did actually drink all of that eggnog. I was a lot thinner back then.
You didn't share it. It was all for you.
No, I did share a couple. I did share it with a couple people, but most of it was for me.
Oh man.
Okay. All right. So in going along with the eggnog recipe, you have something similar to it. Let me bring this up. Now you're going to have to help me out here. How do you pronounce this?
Coquito.
Coquito. Okay.
Oh, Spanish lady. She can speak Spanish very well.
Sorry, I was doing Coquito or Coquito?
Coquito or Coquito. Probably Coquito.
Is it Q-U?
Q-U, yeah, Q-U-I-T-O. Well, it's C-O-Q-U-I-T-O.
Yes, Coquito.
Coquito. Okay, we throw in the accent. We go Coquito. Okay, so this looks like
Puerto Rican coconut nog.
Puerto Rican coconut nog. All right. You know, a lot of people wouldn't think of coconut as being in the wintertime, but I also have a coconut flavored type recipe here coming up as well. But anyway, so go ahead.
So this is for people who are maybe lactose intolerant. And want to try some nog. So this would be a good facsimile.
Okay.
Yeah, in getting these ingredients, it was almost difficult for me to find the coconut cream. Not to be confused with cream of coconut, which is a whole different animal.
Right.
So I had to go get to a Whole Foods store to find it.
Okay.
And when you open the can, it's a solid chunk of basically coconut fat.
All right. So I'm going to bring us back here because you can click on the links in the description to get to these recipes. I took them right to the recipes as we've got them sitting here. So anyway.
So have you ever had horchata?
No, I don't believe so.
Okay. Well, horchata is a rice milk and cinnamon sugar drink from Mexico.
Okay.
That's the closest analogy I can get to with this.
Okay.
So if you like horchata, you'll really like this. If you don't like horchata, well, then don't drink this. But it's worth giving a shot anyway.
Okay.
It's just because it's different.
Right.
But given the two, I'm going for straight nog.
Well, that's true. I'm probably going to go for straight nog myself.
But all the recipes we're presenting tonight, I have tried all of them but one.
Oh, okay. You'll have to
this week.
Okay, you'll just this week. All right. Well, I can tell you.
Because everything I did was party punches.
Yes.
So it makes a large quantity.
Oh yeah.
So I scaled them down to a single glass.
Okay.
And tried them that way. So I don't want to have a whole big batch of something that's going to taste disgusting if they didn't come out right.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely don't want that, for sure. You know, one of the things that I think is kind of interesting when it comes to drinks is, a lot of people tend to like some of the fruity and sweet drinks, and others like more sour tasting kind of drinks. There's those of us who, you know, we're into the whiskeys and the bourbons and that kind of stuff. That is a very, very sour kind of a taste in your mouth. So switching from sweet drinks to sour drinks, some people don't like to do that. But you know, I mean, I'm kind of a mixture sort of guy. I mean, I had to do a whole bunch of stuff when I was in bartending college way back in the day. So I kind of switch back and forth and stuff like that. So I can understand.
Depends on your mood too.
Yeah, whatever I'm in the mood for. And speaking of being in the mood, of course, my favorite is Irish. Okay. So we have a homemade Irish cream liqueur. Now, the difference between a liqueur and liquor is obviously there's additional stuff in the liqueur, and the liqueur is designed to actually be like an aperitif, before dinner drink, after dinner drink, something along those lines. It's designed to be drank all by itself without doing a whole bunch of mixing and that kind of stuff. In this particular case, this is Irish cream, obviously for a reason, but this particular one here has to deal with like sweetened condensed milk, Irish whiskey. They actually call out Jameson in the recipe, and that of course piqued my interest because that's my favorite brand. And then of course they have chocolate syrup, vanilla extract, coffee granules, heavy cream, coconut cream in it. Now, you know, one thing about Irish cream is you can actually put it in with coffee and just have like an Irish cream coffee. You can drink it straight. You can also mix the Irish cream with Kahlua because again, that's a coffee taste. But in this particular case, what it is a part of is the adult hot chocolate. And so this is a hot chocolate drink that has, of course, the alcoholic twist to it. Now, this is a made from scratch recipe, which really, again, kind of piqued my interest and includes the Irish cream as a part of it. You can see it right over here in the corner. So you got to melt down the actual chocolate pieces. And there are some variances with like cocoa and stuff like that, but they take it through, they do the entire thing. And this is kind of what it looks like here with it looks like little
marshmallows.
Yeah, well, those are either toasted marshmallows or, and they also mention you can use like a dollop of heavy whipping cream at the same time. But it's definitely a different taste. I am probably going to take this one and give it a shot, sometime this week, possibly before Christmas, to give it a try. And they kind of go through and break it down in cocoa powder, versus chocolate, and why you want to use one versus the other. But anyway, I mean, it looks really delicious. And I, of course, I'm a chocolate fan. So I like hot chocolate and chocolate cocoa and that kind of stuff. So,
one of the better mixes for hot chocolate, in my opinion, would be Ghirardelli.
Oh yes. Ghirardelli is definitely, have you ever been to the factory in San Francisco?
I've been to the store.
Yeah.
I haven't been inside, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We went down there, for a family vacation, and that was definitely one of the spots that we had to stop and check out. And they had a whole crap ton of chocolate, of course. Ghirardelli chocolate. Gotta love it. All right. So the next drink on our list is one of yours. And this is, we've kind of covered a little bit of heavy one. This looks like this is a little lighter here, sir.
This is one I have not tried.
Okay, so this one you haven't tried yet. So this is the Jingle Juice Holiday Punch. And it looks like it's actually...
But it looks good.
Yeah, it does. It does. It's a kind of a light pink color. It may not be coming out very clearly on screen, but it looks like it's got whipped vodka, pink champagne, or sparkling rosé. So again, it's kind of a lighter drink. I would say you might want to use this instead of like a mimosa or something along those lines.
At the wharf.
At the wharf. All right. So anyway, it's a lighter, a little bit lighter drink. And it's really nice. There's been a lot of drinks that I've run across that use whipped vodka. And whipped vodka is just like a flavored vodka. It tastes like whipped cream. Yeah. And it's really designed for, the holiday type drinks. You can actually use, if you wanted to do a variation or a different variation and not go to the extreme of the adult hot chocolate, I have used just standard hot chocolate powder made just like a standard hot chocolate, and then tossed in some whipped vodka for an additional flavor. Or even better yet, you can also use just the Irish cream as well to pop that in. So you haven't tried this one yet. Are you planning on it?
Maybe for New Year's.
New Year's. Okay. Now this looks like this is another one of those punch drinks that you just sort of make in a punch bowl and you everybody just sort of dips in. Is that kind of the idea here, I would guess?
Yeah.
Okay.
A big pitcher or punch bowl.
Okay. All right. So, how do I introduce this one? Well, let me just put it this way. It would not be a Whiskey Musings program if I didn't somehow incorporate balls. Okay. Now, I'm not talking about, hey, when your man is, he's got to kind of clean up a little bit, because sometimes when he's got some of them, fuzzy balls, okay, down there.
Is this a sponsored show?
This is not a sponsored show. No. So this is a version or a variation on the fuzzy navel. This actually has
similar to sweaty balls. Got it.
Yes, it's a different version. So you have the sweaty balls, you've got the fuzzy balls. In this particular case, it looks like they're putting this into a shot glass. I don't know why you would do that. Because the
so you can shoot it.
Well, yeah, but Well, that's obvious. Thank you. But I'm
You
talking.
asked.
It's supposed to be a light and fruity drink. It uses OJ and peach schnapps, which is the fuzzy
Wait.
navel.
4 parts Fireball, 1 part OJ, 1 part schnapps.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Yes,
That's
and
why it's a shot.
yeah, well, probably. I personally would put it in a drink and just drink it anyway. But the fuzzy navel is actually, like 3 parts OJ, 1 part peach schnapps, or something along those lines. It's like 3 ounces, 1 ounce. So, but anyway, so this one would actually be an interesting thing instead of, or maybe not instead of, but if somebody was interested, I don't know if everybody's heard of the blowjob shot. So, this could be an alternative to the blowjob shot. I mean, if your lady friend doesn't want to do the blowjob shot, she might want to, see about some fuzzy balls. But anyway, all right. So fuzzy balls. Yeah. You know what?
This is an adult program.
Yes. Well, I heard about the fuzzy balls part and, of course that kind of makes you think of like Christmas ornaments, the fuzzy Christmas balls on the tree. But I had to throw that in there. I really, really did. I just had to,
I'm sorry.
fuzzy balls.
My balls aren't fuzzy.
Oh, you clean up good. You clean up good. I'll just put it that way. All right.
Okay, let's go to the green one. Okay.
You want to go to the green one now. You know what's funny about the green one?
I have it here and I want to drink it. I want to drink it on camera until we introduce it.
Okay. I didn't realize. But you know what's funny about the green one? Let me tell you about the green one. You and I hit on the exact same. Now, for those of you that don't know, he and I prepared separately for this show. This is the first time that the two of us have actually seen or, been around the drinks. I, being the producer, I did have a little bit of a forewarning, but I did not know about them until today. So this is the green drink.
Here's the drink.
You and I dropped in on it.
It's not going to show up on the camera. Darn it.
Well, I can flip it back. Don't worry. So what is Christmas without the Grinch? And, we actually did this drink. I've tried a variation of this drink in the past. And so the Grinch drink, you got to have red, you got to have green. There was a variation that I actually saw online that had red sugar that had been rimmed around the glass.
Yeah, I've seen that one too.
So now for those of you that don't know how those work, typically what ends up happening is you take the rim of the glass and you put a little, what's called simple syrup. There's your green drink in his,
wow.
That is a dark,
do it justice.
Yeah, that is a dark green. Oh, wait a minute.
you can drink a tree.
Obviously, the green screen effect was not taken into account.
That didn't occur to me at the time.
Oh my! Well, put it in front of your shirt. It should show up then. Maybe not. No. Oh my goodness! The drink is green. The drink is green. It's wow. Hey, talk about technology. Holy crap! All right. Wow.
Oh, shoot. Because it's a good color too.
That's okay. That's all right.
You can see it.
Yes, it is. I can see it, but they can't. Well, you know what I could do? Here. Let me do this. This is only going to take.
This is planning.
Let me see. Can I do this? Can I even do this? Let's see. Can I take? Hello.
Can you switch it to blue?
Well, it's not.
Because then our backgrounds will go away.
Hang on just a second. I'm going to switch it. I'll do this. There we go. Now you can see it.
Yeah, isn't that a pretty color?
Yeah, it's a nice dark green.
I actually added some food coloring to change it just a little bit.
Really?
Because it's blue curacao and orange juice.
Right.
So the color was a bit faded. So I needed to amp it up a bit.
I see. So you amped it up. All right. I'm going to put you back in the background now. All right. So you're actually drinking clear liquid. That's cool.
I'm drinking a Christmas tree. Thank you very much.
Yes. There you go. Look at that. Boom. Now, what I think is funny though, I mean, this is totally off topic, but I have a habit of doing this. What I think is funny is if you hold your hand up behind the drink, your hand disappears as well.
Well, yeah, because it's behind the color.
And it's behind you too. I mean, it's showing what's in the background.
Yes.
It's showing the actual background. That's cool. Anyway, all right. So yeah.
Okay. So this is really good. It's fruity. It's not terribly strong.
Okay.
And in researching this, I found out that blue curacao is the same thing as triple sec, just dyed blue.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yeah, triple sec, and the only reason why I throw this out there is because, again, I mean, this is going back to my bartending college days, but triple sec is a kind of like an orange, has a citrus type of flavor to it. It's used a lot in things like margaritas, that kind of stuff for the citrus flavor of it, and that's part of the reason why you can mix it with orange juice and that kind of stuff. To make your drinks like what you have here. Okay. So let's see. So the again, for those of you that missed it, what you can do to rim the glass. So if you want to make kind of a festive variation of this thing, you can buy sugar that's been and it's granulated sugar. It's actually in the drink aisle, and it comes in tins that are about the size of the glass. And so what you can do is you can rub either like a lemon or an orange. In the picture of the drink, it was showing you like an orange peel. So you could take an orange peel and run it around the rim of the glass. And then that makes the rim of the glass sticky. And you dip that into the sugar part, kind of run it around in there to get it on all sides. It's the same way that you do it for like a margarita glass. The hard part about it is you have to do that obviously before you put the drink in it. So you do need to be aware. So you do need to be aware of the fact that, you are going to be pouring over it. So you want to pour it toward the middle of the glass. I use it when I did this particular drink and one of the other drinks that we're going to show you here. It actually went in a martini glass, not like a big mug or glass like what Kirk has, but it was definitely, it's one of those things that it's just a little trick. Either you use a little bit of simple syrup or you use like a citrus to rim the glass. That's what they call it, rimming. Don't go anywhere with that one. All right. But considering the earlier conversation that I had already, balls. Yes, I was dealing with balls. You're right. That, and I did talk about blowjobs too, but, drink. Come on. This is a sort of fun, family friendly. No, it's not. What am I kidding? It's not. All right. It's not a family friendly show. You know what? In fact, I even mark it such as on YouTube. But anyway, all right, so let's move on to our next drink here. I'm going to bring this one up. This is another one of your punches, sir. Ooh. So,
yes, this one I also have in my hand.
Oh, he has it in his hand. Give me just a second.
I'll go with the recipe first.
Yeah, I want everybody to kind of drink this in.
Not as sweet as the Grinch.
Okay.
Has a little more Sprite in it.
Right.
But this I would classify as a true punch because it has strawberry liqueur, the Sprite, and what was it? Captain Morgan.
Yes, Captain Morgan spiced rum.
Or any spiced rum out there.
Yeah.
Sailor Jerry's a good substitute.
Yep. Now, for those of you that are not that familiar, there are different kinds of rums out there. The spiced rums generally tend to be the rums that are the darker rums. Your clear rums generally are not like a spiced rum. They're more of just like a standard rum. So yeah, this actually looks good. It kind of looks like high C in a way. So, obviously keep that away from your kids.
Keep it from the kids.
Yeah, definitely keep it from the kids, but go ahead and show them what that looks like. So, that almost looks like a wine spritzer in a way too.
If you could see them,
yeah.
Then you have, red and green, perfect Christmas match.
Give me just a second. Keep those up. I'm going to cut the filter off here. Hold on. There you go. All right. There we've got the red and the green, which of course everybody loves. It's Christmas colors. And it's definitely cool. I like it. All right. So we got that cut off. All right. So we've got the spiked holiday punch was what you had. Now, I thought this website was kind of cool. Kitchen Fun with My Three Sons is where this one comes from. And that's, that's an interesting tagline. I'm going to have to look through some of these other recipes. And, you know, a lot of these websites that are out there, they have more than just Christmas. I mean, we're focusing on like the Christmas holidays and stuff, but they have a lot of other holiday themes that are available as well. All right. So I'm going to move on to one of my cocktails here, and I got to get the picture up. Now, this one in particular can be done as either a martini kind of setup, or it can do like a frothy, you can blend it. You can blend ice.
I looked at this one also.
Yep.
I almost did this one.
So this one's the Jack Frost, and what you're seeing on the rim of the glass is actually the coconut. Again, this is another coconut themed drink. And it has, you know, the coconut flavor. So you get the coconut, you get the, you know, the kind of tropical setup, you get that kind of stuff. So you've got the coconut themed, drink here for it. And it's nice. It's got a blue color. Like I said, you can take it and you can blend it together. You can also use it as just without blending the ice in it. You can also use it as like a martini or something like that. Again, this is another one of those that you have to, you know, rim the glass with something first. And this one's coconut. So you could actually use like a coconut rum, if you wanted to, a coconut liqueur to rim the glass because of the stickiness in order to get the little flakes of coconut to pop in. Anyway, so this is the Jack Frost, and we had it a few years ago. We kind of did it for a New Year's Eve thing, but we popped it in, and it tasted wonderful in my mind. But anyway, all right. So wait, she's trying to come in from the side. Oh my gosh! Ah!
No, I had two drinks made up, and there's no way I'm going to drink both of them.
Why not? Camera. Dude, double fist it, man. Come on. Seriously?
Crap.
Oh, that's all right. You got a little puppy with you.
That's the other reindeer.
That's the other reindeer, of course. All right. So this last one, this one's kind of, it's yours, but it's kind of, let's see, how are we doing? Okay. So this one is a variation, it looks like, on what I was drinking last week.
Yeah, I tried this one like Wednesday.
Okay.
I saw it, and I wanted to find something that was whiskey based in your honor.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
And who doesn't like hot buttered rum? So apple cider buttered whiskey. Boom.
All right. Well, I saw this, and the first thing I thought of is, now I'm not much of a buttered rum kind of person. But I do like apple cider. So I'm going to give this a try. This intrigued me.
This is very apple cidery.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But in the description of the recipe, it says you can omit the apple cider and just do a hot buttered whiskey.
Okay.
Just increase the batter.
Right. Right.
Which I did make.
Okay.
Because you have to.
Of course you do.
So I even, instead of getting dried orange zest, I zested my own orange.
Okay. And it looks
it's
like
all in the fridge because it will go bad quickly.
Yeah.
So I still haven't tried it without the apple cider. Because it reminds me of mulled apple cider.
Okay.
Or have you ever a spiced apple cider?
That's mulled. That's mulled, not mold, not MOLD, but MULLED. Mulled versus mold. Yes. Okay, you don't want to drink you do not want to drink your apple cider mold. Okay, moldy is not good. All right.
Well, if you get it moldy, then you got to just keep it in there for a longer time to turn it into moonshine.
Ah, yes, moonshine. All right. So I saw this, and what intrigued me about this was obviously the cinnamon stick. If last week I was drinking a hot toddy, which in that particular case was, hot water and that, but this, I didn't even think about putting in like apple cider. There is a version of a hot drink that my wife has made, and it uses a liqueur called Tuaca. Tuaca, I think is how it's spelled.
I've probably seen it in the store.
Yeah. But what we've done with that one, and that one typically my wife brings out, at least when the kids were younger and they were doing trick or treating. So we would go and we'd have a big old thermos of this. It's basically hot apple cider and Tuaca, to bring or show up the new fall. Of course, everything's got to be either apple or pumpkin in the fall. I mean, seriously, that's just the way it goes.
I prefer apple.
Yeah, well, so anyway, it's in cinnamon and that kind of stuff. So that reminded me of this, and so that's going to make me. I'm going to give this a try. I don't know if I'm going to quite go to the orange zest level that you did, but that's okay. And this,
well, that's the way I do it. I have to try it the way it says,
right,
to see how it tastes, because you could be surprised.
Yes.
And then you tweak it from there on.
Right. Yep. So hot apple cider buttered whiskey. Yeah, the hot drinks are kind of like the thing, I think, for cold winter nights. And of course you have the hot toddy and stuff. Go ahead.
If you put in just a little bit more whiskey,
right,
then the hotness of it gets into your system a little faster.
Interesting. I had not heard that. Huh.
I haven't heard it either. It's just a theory I have.
It's a theory he has. Okay. Well, you could probably, for those that don't like the whiskey, you could probably put in like a spiced rum in this as well, I would imagine.
I got more better. I'll give it a shot.
All right. All right. Well, okay. So that pretty much kind of does it for our drinks, for what we have in terms of the list here. I mean, whenever it comes to stuff like this, there's places out there, there's like the Tipsy Bartender. There's, these nice little, kind of boutique, I guess. This one's, Serena bakes simply from scratch. There's a whole bunch of these things. You could just use your Google Foo and, just, do holiday drinks, and you're able to find all kinds of stuff. I mean, we could go on and on and on. There's a bunch of ones. There was a Rudolph. Let me see. You know what? I think it's, hold on. Maybe I do have one more. This one, I couldn't remember the name of it earlier. And yes, here it is. Okay, so this one I'm just going to toss in here at the end, or not at the end, but here as well, because I couldn't think of the name until I popped up. So Rudolphs Sleigh Sidecar Cocktail. And this one, again, as you can see, it's a kind of a martini glass. It's got the rim of the sugar. You can put, it's got some spices. You can change it a little bit with some spices of cinnamon and ginger. I didn't really care for it for the ginger side, but the cinnamon works. My wife doesn't like the cinnamon. She went more of the ginger. So that was kind of interesting. But anyway, it's got the lemon juice, ginger syrup, cinnamon syrup, Remy Martin, Cointreau, Angostura bitters. That one is very, very popular in things like the Manhattan, as well as when you do a actual Bloody Mary without the mix, you can use Angostura bitters as a part of that. That's part of the recipe. And then, of course, the sugars, they rim the glass, and then the lemon peel for the garnish. It actually came out really good. We liked it. Like I said, my wife was not as much into the cinnamon. I was not as much into the ginger. So we do modify this a little bit when we need to. But it's another one that you can use as a alternative to like the Grinch. You can have the Grinch drink, which would be the green drink, and then you have this as a possibility for the other one, the sleigh sidecar cocktail. So anyway, so one thing that I think is kind of cool is we talk about, holiday drinks, and sometimes you can make like certain holiday drinks as a tradition. But there's other traditions that come along with the holiday season. So I'm going to ask you, Captain Unicorn, what traditions do you guys use in your household?
Let's see. Christmas morning is waffles. Has to be waffles with strawberry whipped cream.
Okay.
That's a must. And Christmas dinner is breakfast, presents. Then they start making dinner,
Right.
which is prime rib in my house.
Okay. Prime rib is actually, I think, a common thing for Christmas. I know we have prime rib as well when we do Christmas, but we do it Christmas Eve. So our dinner Christmas Eve is typically made up of prime rib.
Now, back when I was living at home, everything was completely different.
Right.
Because everyone was still alive back then. Grandparents.
Wait, are you alive or are you dead?
Oh, wait. Okay, getting closer to death.
All right.
Okay. So, when we were kids, it was Christmas Eve over at Bob and Barb's.
Right.
Presents and snack food.
Okay.
All kinds of finger foods and whatnot. Dad would make chili dip.
Okay.
Just a block of Velveeta, some hamburger, green chilies, and other stuff.
Right.
It was awesome. Evelyn would make sweet and sour meatballs, which is just...
See, there you go with the balls again.
Yes, I like putting Evelyn's balls in my mouth.
Oh, I wasn't going to go that far, but hey, all right. Wow. Okay, we're going off the rails for sure
sauce
here.
was just grape juice and chili sauce.
Ah, okay.
Very simple in a crock pot. So everyone made just snack foods, and we gorged ourselves all night long. Didn't get home until 1 or 2 in the morning, and then Christmas morning was waffle breakfast over at Evelyn's house, more presents.
Right.
And then we break, and dinner was at our house, and more presents. So lots and lots of presents.
Okay. Now, so that was when you were younger. So have you done anything where you think that any traditions that you've done so far, that now that your kids have grown, I mean, I would imagine that you might be thinking about when they have kids. Is there anything in particular that you're wanting to carry on?
At least the waffle breakfast.
Okay.
That's just been ingrained in me now.
Right.
I really like it. Some other families do lobster.
Okay.
Or crab. No, not crab. Sorry, they do crab on Christmas Eve. No, Christmas night.
Right.
So, just the presents thing varies from person to person. Some people do at least one present on Christmas Eve, and then the rest Christmas morning.
Right.
Or some people just donate.
Now, for me, we typically, okay, so before I get into my stuff, though, I do have a question I do have to ask. So I know that you have older young ones, older kids. Do they still wake you up like early morning? I'm talking, before 5 o'clock.
You gotta wake them up every day. Okay, I don't, but.
Okay. So, but I mean, in terms of Christmas, right?
No, they'll wake up on their own. They're not necessarily getting up early,
right?
But Derek will set his alarm because he's more of a night person. But
Okay.
They're not chomping at the bit for presents.
Yeah.
Like little children do.
Yeah. See, now I have to admit that mine, unfortunately, do chomp at the bit. We get woken up probably before 7 a.m. every single year. Bit of an irritation. I'm going to be honest with you. Bit of an irritation. And actually, while we're talking about this, hold on. I'm going to throw up the phone number just in case anybody wants to call. Just in case anybody wants to call in. Because I just noticed that the phone is going. So just in case somebody wants to call in. But they are constantly, every single year we do the same thing. And I keep telling them, I'm like, hey, you know what? You guys are older. Let's wait. Nah, hasn't happened.
Please let me sleep in.
Not yet. Yeah. I would love to sleep in. See, one of the problems that we have is that we go through the presents and it's like it's all done. It's done so fast when you do it that way. I mean, if we wake up at 7:00 by 8:30, it's done. And you're sitting there and you're looking at them and going, there's nothing more. It's over. Christmas is finito. It's gone. And, I get frustrated with that sometimes because I want it to kind of stretch out, but no, it doesn't. It falls and it, they do it. And I don't know.
How have you handled multiple families in the past? Because there was basically mom's side of the family and dad's side of the family, and they don't necessarily have it all together.
Yeah. So one of the things that we've done, and this actually, my family, because my parents lived elsewhere, they lived in Arizona. So one of the things that we've done is we've typically set up to where the weekend before Christmas is like my family. We get together, we have a Sunday brunch or whatever. We get together, we open up presents. And then my wife's family gets Christmas Eve. And then we keep just the immediate family for Christmas morning. Is typically the way that we've done it in the past. Now this year we're not going to be doing Christmas Eve for obvious reasons. And we didn't do, my family thing, which would have been last weekend. We didn't do that. So that's, it's been a bit of a struggle, I must admit, for that. But that's typically how we've done it. And thankfully my mother chose early on. She didn't want to involve herself in with the in-laws necessarily. She didn't want to butt heads with them. So, she kind of made it to where, hey, let's just do ours separately. And that way we can kind of handle it from that standpoint. So, I mean, it is kind of tough when you're trying to argue over who gets what, especially when it's an important day like Christmas. But that's sort of how we've done it in the past, is hanging on like that.
Yeah, back in the 80s, we would do the whole Schwinn clan family Christmas at grandparents' place, like the week before Christmas. Mm-hmm. And then everybody could do their own other Christmas on Christmas.
Right.
So we did the Bad Santa, where you go in order of age, youngest first. And they pick a present, open it up. Next person goes. They can either pick a present or steal the first present or any other present.
Oh, so you kind of do like a white elephant
at a Christmas party or something.
Yeah, so you kind of do like a white elephant.
My grandfather was good at woodworking.
Right.
And when he retired, he had nothing but time on his hands, and he made one of the most elaborate birdhouses you've ever seen. Mm-hmm. It was like 5-6 stories, bird stories tall, but it was a church.
Oh,
it was just gorgeous, and everybody was fighting over that thing.
Who ended up getting it?
Get it, and then hide it behind their backs so no one else could see it. Like, that didn't work.
Well, of course not. Anybody interested is going to.
But whoever went first got to pick last.
Right.
To whatever present they wanted, because they didn't have the option of picking anything other than the one present.
Right. Sorry, I'm responding to a chat here. They're talking about needing to do a Zoom Eve. And I'll be honest, I'm going to hold off on that. So hold that thought for just a few seconds, a few minutes here. One tradition that I wanted to implement, and I'm still thinking of doing it, although I still haven't. I've had difficulties with this in the past. So I am a fan of doing something like around the tree or by the tree, or even like around, fireplace or something like that. And one thing that I tried to do, and I talked to my wife about this when we had the younger kids, I was like, hey, it'd be really cool to just sit down and do like a Christmas story. So Christmas story time to help the kids calm down before going to bed and that kind of stuff. So I wanted to implement this. So keep this in mind. I wanted to implement this. This has never been done. But one of the things that I wanted to do was do like a Christmas story time before going to bed. And we have these little books. We have these books. One of them is like A Christmas Carol as the story. There was another one that was something else. We have like 2 or 3 of them. And what I always wanted to do was read the story. I think I've only done it once. And I don't even think I got all the way through the story. I think it was only like a page and a half, 2 pages. And the kids were like, okay, yeah, this is boring, Dad. Which kind of sucked. Lasers? Yeah, it kind of sucked. I mean, I really, really wanted to make that a tradition. And I'm still holding out hope that maybe when my kids have their kids, that Grandpa can actually kick that into play, or whatever the kids decide to call me, Pops or whatever it is. I don't know. Or Papa or whatever other variations. But that's something that I've always wanted to do, was to have, just like a Christmas story at night. And the reason being is because I've always loved doing like voices and imitations and stuff like that whenever I read stories to the kids. In fact, one of them is, it's a Dr. Seuss story of Wacky Wednesday. And there's a character in there who is a police officer. And of course, I do the stereotypical Irish police officer. And so I throw in an Irish accent and, just to try and bring different life to the characters. And that's something that I've always wanted to do, but I've never been able to actually get it implemented. Maybe eventually I will. But in terms of other things like tradition and that kind of stuff, we usually try to, set up the Christmas tree fairly early. This year we ended up right after Thanksgiving. We got our Christmas tree. And then, I try to keep it up until at least New Year's Day, just to round out the holiday season. My wife, unfortunately, the earlier we set it up, the earlier she wants to take it down. That's just the way she rolls. And the other thing that I've been thinking of doing, of course, I'm a tech geek. And so one of the things that I love is the Christmas light displays that go to music, to where you could drive up and see the Christmas lights and play to music.
I'm looking into that. I've been looking into it for a long time. It's just I'm apprehensive about getting into it.
Really?
It is kind of expensive.
No. Oh, heck no. It's not that expensive. No, it's not. It's not. No, not if you build it yourself. And actually, here's the thing. Okay. So I'm going to depart. We're going to dive. We got to
compare notes later on.
We're going to dive tech geek. Seriously. So I've been working up a plan, and I have the basic conceptual idea of how to do like the different lights and do it to music and so on and so forth. And actually, hold on just a second. It's using something like this. This is a single board computer. It's called the Raspberry Pi. And if you talk to my cohorts, I mean, believe me, I've got this. This is a Raspberry Pi 3. I've got. Let me dig. Okay, so I've got this version. This is called a Neo Pi, or a Neo 2. I have got. I mean, Okay. Look, all it is computer activated relays. And what got me involved in this, or what got me kind of thinking about it, and there's projects out on the interweb. If you want to do this, okay, let's just make a plan. You and I do this for next year. We'll use your house, and what we'll do is we'll get it going. I can help you out with like the programming and that kind of stuff. I've been wanting to do it. I've actually been looking at doing this not only with Christmas lights, but also doing fireworks displays, because you can actually do like an electronic igniter for the fireworks, and to fire off like the different mortar rounds and things like that. And so I've been looking at this. I've been looking at it. There's a bunch of different projects out there. I'm really into the Raspberry Pi itself, and and you can actually do it with like an Arduino board. There's several different ways of doing it, and it doesn't have to be that expensive. I mean, that Pi is only like $35 on the board.
Yeah, the ones I've looked at are $25 for some other kind of controller.
Yep.
But that's just for one string of lights in the front of the house. I was looking at the pre-made kits, like the 10-foot tall lit Christmas tree.
Now those guys can get expensive.
Those are $800.
Yeah, those can get expensive.
Like, that's a bit down the road.
But we can actually do it. I think we can do it. We'll get together and we'll talk, because I've been wanting to do something like that, and I can prototype a board and we could set it up. I think it would be awesome. I think it'd be great, especially if you have
completely piss my neighbors off.
Oh. Sounds like
because our street is kind of narrow,
right?
And some people park in the street, and that leaves basically one lane in the middle for any traffic to go.
Right.
So, a nice light display in my house, everyone's going to be just screaming at me.
Yeah. So I saw a video this year, which was actually kind of interesting. The video had, instead of like your standard Christmas music, it actually had an interaction between two of the trees. And like one tree was talking to the other, and it was actually kind of cool. I'll have to find that video and send it to you. Send the video link. But it was one where the one tree was yelling at the other tree because that other tree wasn't going to the right timing, and it was awesome. It was nice. Really, really funny. If I'd have known about it, I would have found it and pull it up. But lights
on the eaves of my house to be up all year long, so I can change it for different holidays or whatever.
Oh, LED,
and basically just use it as general lighting for the front of the house.
Right. Programmable LEDs that are color operational. Like Pixel, I don't know, lights. Like that's what I would go with. You've seen the rope lights. The rope LEDs that can change. Yeah, those guys are actually pretty cool. You can do like white for normal, and then you can flip it over to whatever colors you want after that. I've seen a lot of those, and I've been looking at those. My wife's already told me, she's like, because we're talking about building a new house and that. She's like, hey, when we get the new house, she goes, just be prepared. And I'm like, prepared for what? She goes, we're going to do what you want to do. And my, yeah.
That never happens.
So my thing is what my dream is, and I'm giving this away, but I'll go ahead and do it anyway. I have always loved like the Peanuts Christmas special, and especially where Linus steps out and gives the story of the true meaning of Christmas. And that little piece I think would be awesome to like incorporate at the very end of any kind of a light show. And then of course there's, the whole Trans-Siberian Orchestra thing and which a lot of people do.
Of course you have to incorporate the FM transmitter.
Oh, that's easy because the Raspberry Pi, you can actually transmit on an FM channel. Believe me, I got this all worked out. I've got every single little detail worked out, even down to like doing the relays and stuff, the control of the relays. My problem is figuring out how many damn strings of lights you need, how many of those boards that we need to do in order to be able to turn on and off all of the
and
little...
how often do you got to inject power into the string to keep the power up? So the colors are accurate.
Yep. So there are some details, but They've got it out there. I'm telling you, we're going to do this. We are going to do this.
We've gone way off topic of drinks, dude.
I know. But you know what? You got me started. Hey, there are two things that excite me, drinking and geeking. Okay. So, yeah.
Yeah, apparently me too. Boobs? No, not boobs. Electricity.
I'm going to have to take a pass on that one. I'm actually, well, I'm into the boobs. So there you go. I am, yeah. Okay. So this is went off the rail.
Yeah.
It went off the rail big times, but, anyway, so all of that kind of brings around to this, which is essentially welcome once again to the Whiskey Musings broadcast and sexual innuendo channel. All right. Hey, he's up there with the, what are those? Are those like bunny ears? Oh my gosh.
What do you see in the middle?
Okay.
Unicorn,
It's a unicorn.
hello.
Yeah. All right.
Captain Unicorn.
Yes. Okay. Captain Unicorn.
I couldn't find one without the stupid flowers.
Oh, well, that's fine. I mean, unicorns are supposed to be pretty and rainbowish and, flowery and that kind of stuff. It's okay. You channel your inner unicorn. I never said you were.
Not that it's wrong to be gay. I just think I'm not.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that.
I've got a hate mail now.
Oh, no. There won't be any hate mail. But anyway. All right. Well, that was absolutely wonderful. You know what? The time goes by when you're having fun. It definitely goes by when you have joined me. Thank you very much for joining. And, I forgot to actually mention, so all of my subscribers that are out there and those of you that are watching, I thank you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for those of you that, have reached out, checked out the store. Definitely check it out. This is the final week for that special, that Christmas free shipping special. As you can see there, I've got some wonderful looking clothes and as Kirk and Addie have thrown out there, they are a good quality. They're great quality gear. I appreciate the support. I appreciate that. And, we're going to be moving on. So yes, all of the giggles in the background, we couldn't do this if it weren't for the fact that we have our own peanut gallery in the back. Okay. So we have our own peanut gallery.
Live laugh track.
Well, I'm kind of surprised that you haven't heard any of the stuff coming. I mean, I definitely have background noises occasionally too. So, those of you that are out there, either it's the dog
screens falling on your head.
Yes, screens falling on my head. That happens when the dog knocks it over. You are correct. So anyway, I want to wish everybody a very Merry Christmas. Hope your holidays are absolutely wonderful. I am considering, although I haven't made the decision yet, but I am considering, due to the fact that we have, the pandemic and everything else, I am considering doing a Christmas Eve special, or sorry, not Christmas Eve, New Year's Eve special. Doing something on Friday night as a live stream. You can join. We can maybe, I'm still kind of working out the details and everything else, but stay tuned. Keep watching the Facebook page for any kind of update on that, or Twitter or my Parler account, for all of that. Also, just as a hint as well, I'm trying to get all of my, past episodes up on Rumble in case you don't want to watch YouTube. I'm trying to get all of those up there, but of course there's an approval process. I've got a couple up there now. You can find them at just by searching Rumble for Whiskey Musings as well. Again, thank everybody. I thank you all for the support. I thank Kirk for joining. I thank Addie for her special appearance. And yes, well, you are definitely more than welcome. We definitely have to keep this going and keep doing it again. I know at least one fan out there that enjoys yours and my banter. So anyway, enjoy those drinks, try them out. And as always, if you're not already a subscriber, click that subscribe button, click the little bell so you can get notified when I go live or when a new video is uploaded. And again, watch for a potential New Year's Eve marathon kind of thing. I might go ahead and do that. Try and bring some people on, maybe. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Check out some of those drinks. Check out the Whiskey Musings Logo store. And we'll see you next time on the Whiskey Musings broadcast. Good night, everybody.